to repeat. I said to you folks how jealous I was, how envious I was for you to have the homilist that my brother was, and that I had nothing like that in St. Louis. And how lucky you were to have him. And I ended it, I very spontaneous comments, which this is sort of too actually. And I said, my prayer for Ron is that he also learn deeply within him the love that you have for him. And that's been one of the defects in our genetic makeup in the Trojcak family. We all have just a little tinge of this doubt that we're worthy, or that we're good enough, or that we could be better. And I was Ron's, well, we talked almost nightly. I can't, in the presence of his father, pitching board, whatever. I would get his complaints. I would get his frustrations in all sorts of forms. And it always kind of tore me apart, because somehow I had, even though I wasn't in the picture, I knew him well enough to know the good that he gives, the good that he does. But he had a hard time realizing that other people saw it or appreciated it. And I'm going to give you a hard tale, not tale, but a fact that you might not even be aware of. And I said, Ron, how can you possibly say that for a group that has been with you for so long, a group that sometimes even takes notes of your sermons? And he said, well, Doris, they don't challenge me. They don't ask me questions after the sermon. And I said, because you're such off the beaten path, they need time to think about it. They need time to mull over it. They need time to just challenge it in their own lives. I said, you come on awfully hard sometimes, and people are not always used to those kinds of hard questions. And yet I've heard the testimonials today that say to me, lots of you certainly have heard them. And I'm sorry, I don't know the principal. Where are you? She's still here? She did. Okay, that's a burning question that has even been burning in my heart. What are you guys going to do next? I don't know. I don't know. I have to. Two things I want to share, I guess. And one of them comes directly from Bernie when he was trying to calm me down about just my sense of loss and my sense of sadness. And finally he calmed me down by saying, Doris, this is Ron's resurrection. Ron is coming back to Kings in a spiritual way, truly, not in a bodily way, in a resurrected spiritual way, which I pray to God energizes you everlastingly, that somehow you carry on his vision, his values, his love, simply his love and willingness to give of it. And that's what I hope for you. And I think it's going to be a struggle at first. It's a heck of a struggle for me. But I think if we can realize what he stood for, we can somehow, in our own ways, continue. I hope.